Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to go from 1k to 1 million coins in FC25. Because we are in a period where even if you want the best goalkeeper, you have to spend over 500,000 coins. And who needs Virgil when you can get Haaland for 650k? If this video helps you at all, please drop a like down below and of course subscribe if you're new. As usual, make sure to check out my X and TikTok. We've got a lot of giveaways coming, so make sure to stay tuned. And if you do need some more help improving your team, well, if you can't afford your favorite players and trading to them just isn't realistic, and of course you don't want to give EA money, then playhub.com is exactly what you need. They take the company from the equation and has you buying coins directly off other players, which means you get far cheaper prices as well. You can buy and sell from the same account, so whether you want to buy your favorite player or you pack someone insane and you want to sell them, Playhub has you covered. Playhub protects both you and the seller, so every single transaction is 100% secure and you can finally get your favorite players without breaking the bank. Make sure to use my link in the description and enjoy your new team. First of all, 1k to a million means that those of you who have nothing can still benefit from this video, because I will show you exactly what you need to do from the bottom to the top. Now, first of all, what I do want to say is the Foot Immortals traded. Do not spend coins on this. If you do not have the Foot Immortals in your club to do it, don't do it at all. I've got a Gerrard and I've got a Mateus. Now, both of those are 90 and 93. Way too high rating for this SBC, and I'm not going to bother doing it unless I pack a load in the next 24 hours, bearing in mind I'm not opening packs right now, which kind of makes it pretty unlikely. But let's talk about what we need to do to make some coins. First of all, there are loads of options in the SBC screen, but let's talk about the simple stuff we can do outside of that. Firstly, draft. Now, I actually have ridiculous amount of draft tokens. I don't know how many, but I have quit and entered so many drafts recently. Obviously, as you can see, my record isn't great. I usually get past the first game, or I go in and quit just to make a new draft, because that's actually the fun bit for me. You will have a ton of tokens if you've been playing FC for any sort of amount of time, and all you've got to do to get a decent bit of coinage, build your team, start the game up. If you don't like draft, if you don't want to play, just quit. You get 2 or 3 packs. You sometimes get a draft token, but the reality is it's a really easy way to get like 5 or 6k. And if you are good enough to get to stage 2, 3, 4, not a lot of people play draft right now. It's a lot easier than before. Now, this section of the game is being taken out for FC26. We've had it confirmed that this won't be here anymore, which is understandable. No one really uses it. But if you haven't done moments before, there is the option to get some really decent packs. Now, all you've got to do, have it on in the background. You've got to rattle through some very basic challenge, but there's 2 rare players packs available. Don't worry if you wanted to go onto the trading side of things. We'll get to that in a moment. The last thing I have to touch on is squad battles. I've done a video recently on the squad battles method. You can check that out. But the reality is it's a very simple way of, without really doing anything, getting, I mean, realistically, you could not play the games and still get like gold 2 quite comfortably, which means you walk away with all of this. 7k, rare mega, 75.5, gold 1 if you play like a couple games on a little bit of a higher difficulty. You've got all of that coming your way. And when I say not playing, for those of you who don't understand the method, basically you just go into a game on semi-pro, you score 1 goal and that's it, and that's your game. And they pretty much don't score again, and if they do, you just score a second one. You can literally leave your controller down, watch a movie, chill with your friends, whatever it might be. You can do this in the background of anything. Now, back to the section that we all know and love for making coins. Now, first of all, you're probably wondering why I'm on the icon section if you've not been seeing the videos before. So Born Legend and Rising Star, both of these SBCs give you tradable packs in return. And what's brilliant about this is not only do we have an SBC which we can generate coins from, we have 2 daily upgrades which make it completely free. So if you do these 2 upgrades here, you'll get a fair few rares for silver and bronze players. You'll also get a load of commons which we'll use in a moment. But to start off, if you slot your rares into these SBCs, you're looking at a minimum return for quick selling the cards of about 1.7k. If you get any card that fits an Evo, goes into an SBC, has any type of value, there are loads of common and rare silvers. Check Footbin, it's crazy how many go for thousands and thousands of coins. You have such a good chance at these, and you can get promo cards in both of these packs. So it's a really good way. I mean, if you look at how many icons there are at the minute, there is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, if we say that you got the minimum, just above the minimum, that's 30k, you know, roughly 30,000 coins just for doing all of these. All it takes is 1 inform, 1 Evo based player, or 1 silver who goes into the premium mixed leagues, and you're good to go. Now, obviously I mentioned that we had a load of commons that you get from these as well. They can go into your daily gold upgrade, and you'll get probably, I think, 5 or 6 of these done just from the daily bronze and silver. So that makes that very easy. And then we have the easiest route to like 100,000 coins with these SBCs here. Imagine you've made 30,000 coins off of those icon SBCs. You've spent a little bit of time, rattled through them, very, very easy to do. Then you've got all of these, yeah? And bear in mind, your daily gold upgrade, if you do 5 of them, that's 55 gold players. So let's say we do marquee matchups first of all. 55 golds needed for, or 55 golds got, 55 golds from our daily gold upgrade. Now that's more than what you need for this SBC, but of course, not all of those are going to fit. So let's imagine we have to spend coins on half of this SBC. It's about 5k. And then we've got the rest done with our daily gold upgrade. So then we've walked away, we've had 30k. We've minused 5, used a few of our common golds, done this SBC. This SBC will get you back a minimum of 25k. So now we're at 50k. We've probably got a load of spare cards as well. And then we can go and do the Immortals Challenge 3, the Immortals Challenge 2. There was an Immortal Challenge 1, but obviously that's gone now. These two will probably make you a smaller amount of coins. But remember, every single pack that we're getting here has the opportunity for an inform, a walkout, a promo card. And with the current promo, the lower end ones still go for like 20, 30, 40k. And then we get the UCL marquee matchups. Now look, if we get a good card in any of these packs, whether it's an inform, whether it's a walkout, whatever it might be, you're going to get far more coins. Let's say you get an average run, right? You will make 100k in total from everything we spoke about, which is insane because everyone can do it, doesn't require any skill, and it gets you to the 100k mark. There were 3 marquee matchups out the other day. That is absolutely bonkers. First of all, we're going to go over to the Immortals promo. This is the current promo. It's a very easy shout to do some sniping and bidding. Now, we touched on these a lot in videos. You've got Blanc, you've got Nedved, you've got Rooney, you've got Smith, you've got Zola. All of these guys, very, very cheap. Even Angora being 95, apparently she's quite good. I personally cannot imagine myself using Angora purely because she's short as anything. I mean, for a keeper, she is 5'9", which for a keeper, pretty damn short. So we're looking at these guys, everyone else. I mean, Hernandez as well. You've got so many options here. So what we can do is we can break this down in a couple of ways. First of all, we can do English. Now, obviously, English is going to bring us Rooney, it's going to bring us Smith, and it's going to be their lower version. So if we want to snipe these two, you're sitting at around 30k, you've got a bidding and a sniping opportunity. Now, the other way we can divvy these up is we can go for position. So striker, for example, is going to get us a little bit of a different range. You've obviously got Smith here, we've got Smith's lower card, we've got Zola, we've got Hernandez in there as well. Now, obviously, we're not going to be sniping Eusebio and Bale, although that Bale card looks beautiful. I actually have 5-star skill moves on my left back, get Bale. Funny story. I mean, not funny, but, you know, cool Evo that I've managed to do. Now, looking at the lower end, obviously, we've got Zola here. He is the cheapest. You've then got Smith. You've then got a Hernandez card that will show up, and then we've got Rooney. Now, to be fair, I think Zola's actually gone up a decent bit in price. I think Smith is actually the one weighing this filter down a little bit. That one looks like we've been beat to it, but you can see there, Snipes coming up straight away. At 26, you've still got 11 minutes on these cards. So realistically, 26, I think reasonably we can probably snipe at 25 and aim to sell at 27. We've got one straight away. Oh, that was very fast. So EA tax, I'm just trying to work it out in my head before I list. 27. EA tax would be 10%, would be 2.7. We half that, it's 1,350. So if we knock off 1,000 and then there, that's basically our profit margin is 100 less than that. So we've made 900 coins on that one if we sell him at 27. We're going to go for a 27,500. If he doesn't sell, we'll then relist him at 27. But it looks like, oh, we've almost got another one. So we found our filter that we are looking to stay on. This one is the Zola filter, the Zola special, it seems. So let's just have a look. 27 for that one. We don't want to wait too long for all of our cards, but that looks like we're hopeful. What else have we got at the 25 mark? So a couple there. We want to lower this a little bit because we don't want to be getting caught out when the market lowers in price. I mean, that one looks okay. So there you go. So we can kind of see, let's just check price at 26.5. Still, there's barely any there. That's perfect because that's what you want. You don't want loads of cards at the price you're buying, otherwise it's likely that people will just buy them rather than yours. So 24k again. Can we get? I'd like a Smith more than any. Right, okay. Apparently I wouldn't because I'm not even trying to buy it. Right, we're going for a Smith. This is the Smith run. This is where we get a nice English 90 striker. She's actually a sick card, to be fair. I'd like to get her higher card as like a sub because she actually cooks me so much in FUT Champs. Like the other card, when that would come on, it would just, oh, hated it. Pain. Every single time it was pain. Oh, we've missed a goat snipe there. that would have been lovely. Now, the problem with Immortals, because there are so many lower versions, it's difficult to then snipe the higher ones because the lower ones are going to show up. France, for example, we've got Billy there, we've got Blanc, and then Blanc's higher card is so much more expensive that the divide between him and a Billy is too large. With the Immortals hero, we have a different problem. They all suck. So we can have a look here. Mascherano is basically 100,000 coins. We've got a Beasley card, which is basically useless. Everyone's got him. And then Beasley's got a second card there as well. Now, if we pop the cap here to 100,000 coins, we're going to see who is below. So you've got Al Jabba, Beasley. You've got Beasley's other card. It's probably a little bit more expensive, but once again, useless to the masses. So let's just have a look at the very lower end. I actually got cooked by someone in champs with Al Jabba the other day, which was really frustrating because it's like, why is Al Jabba scoring against me? It's Al Jabba. We've got Mustafi here as well. So you can see there, pricing, very easy to gauge, around that 25, 26k mark. And then you want to push up to a different section of cards. So you can use the same methods with this one. And of course, with the Immortals, you can do bidding on these. On this one, you're probably going to have a better day bidding. So pop the max price to 25, sit there and bid. Now, if you're looking to get to 1 million coins, bidding is the way, in my opinion. So whether or not we're winning Beasley's, whether or not we're winning Al Jabba's, Mustafi's, bidding is the easiest way to get a much bigger profit, especially on these lower end cards. Now, the next step up is Team of the Year icons. What you will notice is obviously if we go to 300k, there are a few under now. We've got Mayama, we've got Cantona, we've got Cannavaro, we got Coman as well. So we have a ton under that 100k, or under 200k, sorry. So 150, you've only got Coman. So he's the only one on that very, very low end. So we have options here of how to divvy this out. If we go back to that 300, we can have a look at the positioning and work out how. So we've got a left mid here, so that's a midfielder. We've got a striker, we've got a centre back, and we've got another centre back. So actually, the easiest thing to do is just going to be to snipe these off the dome, because unfortunately, they're all in different positions. So we've got a very, very cheap Coman here. So what we're going to do is we'll pop this to 90k, then we'll lower it a little bit more. Okay, so that seems to be our mark. We're looking at probably 90k. So 90k here, we've got 89s coming up. You will be able to snipe this guy for far, far less. So let's say 85. Obviously, EA tax, realistically, we're going to sell him for 92. We want to pick him up at 84. That's our mark. Now, you can bid on this. You can buy now it. You've got a ton of options. But up until 100k, I think this is your best option. These filters, looking at these icons. And then when you move on from the lower end of the Team of the Year icons, you can push this up to other cards. So if we have a look at the other cards you can push this up to, just have a look at the Team of the Year icons. Obviously, you've got your Sabio, you've got Pele, you've got Henry. So all three of, those three as a filter, very easy to just do striker forwards, or just go into a price minimum of like 1.5 mil. We've obviously got Roberto Carlos there, obviously way more expensive. Cafu as well. So a very easy one, Brazilian defender. There is very easy ways to divvy these up. But once you go past that very, very low, there's a huge gap, which is what we see a lot with FUT. Now, if you want any more help with this, of course, drop a like down below, subscribe, and I will do whatever I can to help you. Comments are always there, and I'll see you in the next one.